Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Kay of Cattle Buyers Weekly. As you may know, USDA released its monthly cattle on feed report about 20 minutes ago. And if you haven't seen the numbers, cattle on feed total for December 1 was 11.282 million head. That was 99.4% of a year ago. Placed in November, 1.845 million, 91.5%. And marketed in November, 1.631 million, 103.6%. I think the market on Monday will regard this as a fairly bullish report. A little surprisingly, perhaps they factored that in a little bit today because the futures were up handily as well after struggling the last couple of days at least. Now, the reason for that positive report was that November marketings were 1.6% higher than forecast, although the month did have one additional slaughter day, so at 3.6%, if you take out that slaughter day, it was still below a year ago. But obviously the cattle on feed total has been trailing year-ago levels for some time. But I think that the placement number is always a little bit of a difficult one to pin down, but those placements were quite a bit lower than forecast at 91.5. The average guess was 95.2. So all this put the cattle on feed total below the year earlier level and was also nearly 1%, 0.9% below the average forecast. So three bullish numbers there. If we look at the major feeding states, only Texas had a smaller cattle on feed total than a year ago. The report conversely showed 560,000 head on feed in Iowa, and that's a record for the state of Iowa in the current data series. Its cattle on feed total was up a startling 12% on last year, and some of that's surely got to do with the increased feeding because of the availability of DDGs, dried distillers grains. Kansas and Nebraska were up 1% each, Colorado up 5%. Now, of the major states, Texas, Kansas, Colorado, and Nebraska all placed fewer cattle, but Iowa, to get to that big on-feed total, placed a whopping 17% more than last year. As far as the weight breakdown is concerned, feedlots placed fewer cattle in all the weight categories except the heaviest category. They still found a few more heavy yearlings out there, and that's 800 pounds and over, and 5,000 more of those were placed than this time last year. The under 700-pound category, which is two categories, under 600 and then 600 to 699, that saw the most cattle placed, but also the biggest year-on-year decline. Numbers here were down 125,000 or 10% from last year. Conversely, because of a big decline in the 700 to 799-pound category, the 700 and over category saw 51,000 or 6.2% fewer placed. The market's immediate concern will be just how big the holiday kills are going to be. The kill this week came in as an estimated 623,000, which was smaller than most people forecast, although it was quite a bit higher than this time last year. So if the packers only kill, this is the last full kill week of the year, if they kill only 460,000 next week and 520 the week after that, that would be about 42,000 head more than the same 3 weeks last year. So the packers may end up coming into the new year with a little bit more beef than they expected. Let's hope that people get turkeys and hams out of the way and get back to beef with a vengeance. And with that, I wish you all very happy holidays. Goodbye.